influential figures in English literature. Hi, hello, I am here with the most significant topic of English literature, and that is most influential figures in English literature. In every exam, we would get 2 to 3 marks from this topic for sure. And here we are going with Mary Shelley. Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, 1797, was an English novelist who wrote the Gothic novel Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, 1818, which is considered an early example of science fiction. She also edited and promoted the works of her husband, the romantic poet and philosopher Percy Bysshe Shelley. Her father was the political philosopher William Godwin, and her mother was the philosopher and women's rights advocate Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Shelley, 1797. Here is a simple code of Mary Shelley's significant writings. Frankly, this peg is last. Fortunately, parents are in London, falling on math. From code, frankly stands for Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, 1818. Peg stands for Valperga, 1823. Last stands for The Last Man, 1826. Fortunately, Parents stands for The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck, 1830. London stands for Lodore, 1835. Falling stands for Faulkner, 1837. Math stands for Mathilda, 1959. Here, Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, 1818, Valperga, 1823, The Last Man, 1826, The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck, 1830, Lodore, 1835, Faulkner, 1837, Mathilda, 1959. Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, 1818, this Gothic science fiction novel is her most famous work, exploring themes of creation, morality, and the dangers of unchecked ambition. Valperga, 1823, a historical novel set in medieval Italy, exploring themes of political intrigue, love, and fate. The Last Man, 1826, a dystopian novel that imagines a global pandemic that almost wipes out humanity, exploring themes of loss, survival, and the end of civilization. The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck. The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck, 1830, another historical novel, this one focusing on the life of Perkin Warbeck, a pretender to the English throne. Lodore, 1835, a novel exploring themes of love, marriage, and social dynamics in English society. Faulkner, 1837, a novel examining themes of mental illness, family relationships, and the complexities of human nature. Mathilda, 1959, a novel written but not published during her lifetime, exploring themes of motherhood, societal expectations, and female agency. Next most influential character in English literature is Mathew Arnold, 1822. Mathew Arnold is known for both his poetry and his influential literary and social criticism. Some of his most significant writings include the poems Dover Beach, 1867, Sohrab and Rustum, 1853, and the Scholar Gypsy, 1853, as well as the critical work Culture and Anarchy, 1869, Essay in Criticism, 1865, Literature and Dogma, 1873. Here is a simple trick of Mathew Arnold's significant writings of poetry. Strayed merman is in gypsy like Rustum at beach. Strayed merman is in gypsy like Rustum at beach. From code, strayed stands for the strayed reveller. Merman stands for the forsaken merman. Gypsy stands for the scholar gypsy. Rustum stands for Sohrab and Rustum. Beach stands for Dover Beach. The Strayed Reveller, 1849, a poem exploring the themes of isolation and the nature of poetic inspiration. The Forsaken Merman, 1849, a dramatic monologue from the perspective of a merman lamenting the loss of his human wife and children. The Scholar Gypsy, 1853, a pastoral poem exploring themes of escape, isolation, and the allure of simpler life, often considered a classic of English literature. Sohrab and Rustum, 1853, an epic narrative poem based on a Persian myth, known for its dramatic storytelling and powerful imagery. Dover Beach, 1867, a melancholic and introspective poem reflecting on the loss of faith and the uncertainty of the modern age, widely regarded as a key work of Victorian poetry. Next, literary and social criticisms. Here is a simple code of Mathew Arnold's literary and social criticism writings. ECFC at present time doing culture anarchy with the dog study. ECFC at present time doing culture anarchy with the dog study. Here, EC stands for Essay in Criticism, 1865. FC at present time stands for The Function of Criticism at the Present Time, 1865. Culture stands for Culture and Anarchy, 1869. Dog stands for Literature of Dogma. Study stands for The Study of Poetry, 1880. Essays in Criticism, 1865, a collection of essays that established Arnold as a leading literary critic, advocating for a more objective and discerning approach to literary evaluation. The Function of Criticism at the Present Time, 1865, a seminal essay outlining Arnold's view of the critic's role as a dissemination of ideas and a force for intellectual and cultural progress according to literary criticism resources. Culture and Anarchy, 1869, a foundational text in social criticism arguing for the importance of culture and sweetness and light in navigating societal problems and promoting social progress. Literature and Dogma, 1873, a work exploring the nature of religious belief and the relationship between literature and morality, seeking to find a way to reconcile faith with modern thought. The Study of Poetry, 1880, an essay arguing that poetry will become increasingly important for interpreting life and offering consolation, according to literary scholarships. And that's it from here. Thank you for staying with us. We'll meet you soon again with another most significant topic of English literature with very simple tricks. Press on subscribe button and stay connected with channel.